Now, while we're on the topic, lots of politics going on in the Bow Valley coming up this summer.
Yes, we've got the G7 summit coming to Kananaskis.
Kananaskis, yes. So the Group of Seven, also known as the G7, is an informal grouping of the seven's world's most advanced economies and the European Union. Its members meet annually at the G7 summit to discuss global economics and geopolitical issues.
Nice, yeah. Like this year, it looks like France, United States, United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, Italy, and Canada will be attending. So
absolutely, as well as delegates from the European Union as well.
Nice, let's go.
Yeah. So if you want to pull up the slide, Matt.
Yeah, let's go.
So representing Canada, the host nation, of course, we will have our Prime Minister, Mark Carney. From France, we will have Emmanuel Macron, their president. From Germany, we have Friedrich Merz, their chancellor. From Italy, Matt?
We've got Giorgia Meloni, so that's their prime minister there. Japan, Shigeru Ishiba, and that's their prime minister.
From the UK, we have Keir Starmer, their prime minister.
Yeah, I think there's an earlier. Yeah.
And from the United States,
we got our boy Donnie.
No.
We got our boy Donnie Trump.
We got Donnie Trump.
Also.
And then from the European Union, Antonio Costa and Ursula von der Leyen. So I guess it's the European Union and all the other delegates. Now, very important to note that this is not the only meeting that they have. They've been meeting elsewhere throughout the year, discussing current affairs and what they're going to be talking about at the summit. Cool. So the 12th to the 14th of March was the foreign ministers meeting. That was in Charlevoix, Quebec. The 20th to the 22nd of May coming up, we will have the finance ministers and central governors meetings. They will be right here in Banff, Alberta.
Let's go.
And those will all be leading up to the 15th to the 17th of June, the Leaders Summit.
Cool.
Matt, you want to cut back to our main screen?
Let's go.
So the leaders will be gathering from the 15th to 17th in Kananaskis. Now, the G7, they talk about all types of stuff, like we said earlier, from global security and economic crisis, health issues, development challenges, has also inspired progress and ambitious priorities in democracy, cybersecurity, ocean cleanup, women's education. They cover all types of stuff. During the foreign ministers meeting, this was the previous one that they held in March from the 12th to the 14th. Here are some of the topics that were covered in that might give us a little insight as to what we will be they'll be broaching at the summit this year. So they were talking about Ukraine's long-term prosperity and security, regional peace and stability in the Middle East, which of course definitely needs to be discussed.
Cooperation to increase security and resilience across the Indo-Pacific. Building stability and resilience in Haiti and Venezuela as well.
Supporting lasting peace in Sudan and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, as well as strengthening sanctions and countering hybrid warfare, as well as sabotage. So, like, the topics are pretty much endless. I'm sure economy is going to be a big one at this this summit, given our current state of turmoil.
No doubt.
We got a few stats on what this summit is going to bring, or what they anticipate the summit to bring to Kananaskis and the Bow Valley as a whole. So that's Banff, Canmore, and of course Kananaskis. So we're talking approximately 5,000 participants in total, which consist of 70 VIP guests, 2,000 delegates, 1,400 journalists, which we hope to be a part of, 400 summit staff, over 10,000 hotel rooms used. So good luck getting a hotel in Banff during that time.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning of the summer. It's going to be pretty crazy.
No doubt.
There's going to be thousands of security personnel. So the impact on the town of Banff, they're saying, is going to be minimal, just due to the fact that we're regularly used to accommodating that many tourists.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's going to be on top of what we normally get.
Well, if the rooms are all booked, like, where's anybody going to stay, right? So
I guess you're right. I mean, once the hotel rooms are full, you can't really get in. It's going to be pretty wild. So there's going to be some affected amenities, especially in the town of Banff. So the International Media Center is going to be located right here in town, up at the Banff Center with our
Very
friends
cool.
up there.
Very cool.
So they're going to have heightened security. So some of the access to the Banff Center might be restricted, and as well as some of the areas surrounding it. Obviously, you got dignitaries from all over the world. Security is going to be pretty tight. The Sally Board and Fitness and Recreation Center, the access to the weight room, climbing gym, and aquatic center will remain open
There you go.
during the G7. So for all those that are working out, climbing, you will still have access to that.
What the parking lot will be closed for public use on St. Julian Road at the base of Tunnel Mountain Trailhead. Bus traffic on Tunnel Mountain Drive and Buffalo Street around the Surprise Corner will limit access to the viewpoint and parking area. Walking to the viewpoint is recommended for that one.
For sure. So if you're planning on going to check out Surprise Corner during that time, you're probably not going to be able to park up there. So definitely a short walk or bike from town is always recommended. Important to note that the restaurants up at the Banff Center will be closed. So the Mac Lab and Vista's Dining Room, I'm sure they will be attending to the media up there. A couple road closures to note that St. Julian Road will be closed between Wolverine Street and St. Julian Way from June 13th to the 17th. St. Julian Way will also be closed at Tunnel Mountain Drive during this period, and access will be controlled by traffic or security personnel. Temporary road closures. The G7 Leaders Summit often includes a spousal program, which may involve visits to locations near Banff, which may require temporary rolling closures to ensure the security of the participants. So that's pretty cool. I guess the spouses of the delegates can come and hang out and see Banff and stuff.
Sweet, dude. That'd be awesome. Just like you go to work, honey. I'm gonna go check out Banff.
Right?
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
who knows? You might see some kind of rolling closures or blockades around that time. I'm pretty excited to see.
We got some superstars coming to Banff.
We do. It's
crazy.
going to be exciting to see what's going to happen. We also have some other people coming to town during that time, which we'll get to in a little bit. So obviously this event will be met with some very serious security measures. You may have seen the influx in air traffic over the Bow Valley and Kananaskis over the recent months. This has all been to kind of prepare and scope out the area leading up. We do have some slides for the significant closures which will be happening. So Matt, if you want to go to the first one.
For sure.
So this here is a map of the controlled access zone. So you can obviously see some roads going through here, some very popular trails and destinations in this zone. And we have them listed here for you so you can avoid planning them in your summer plans. The first one is Troll Falls Day Use Area will be closed from May 20th to June 30th. The Kovach Pond Day Use Area will be closed from March 10th to July 31st. The Mount Lorette Ponds and Beaver Ponds Day Use Area will be closed from June 6th to June 20th. The Galatea Day Use Area, including the Lillian Lake and the Galatea Lakes, will be closed from June 6th to June 20th. No unauthorized vehicles are allowed past Mount Lorette Ponds, south on Highway 40, or the Galatea Creek parking lot, north on Highway 40, from June 10th to June 18th.
Cool.
That noted, there are alternate routes that lead into Peter Lougheed Provincial Park. If you're looking to get to the south end of Kananaskis, which include Highway 40 via Highway 541 from Longwood, which is also known as Highwood Pass, which is important to note. It's also the highest paved road in Canada.
Very cool.
Pretty cool.
Did not know that.
2,206 meters of elevation. Another way around this whole closure will be Highway 472, or the Smith-Dorian Trail.
Cool.
Which exits just outside the back of Canmore. You go past the Nordic Center, you keep driving up that mountain road.
Okay, right.
Important to note that there is no cell phone coverage back there, and it is a unpaved gravel mountain road.
Yeah, it's wild back there. It can get pretty washboardy.
It can get pretty bad, so make sure your vehicle's in top shape if you are taking that route. Four-wheel drive always recommended, especially when you're talking about unpaved roads in the mountains, especially in the spring, because you still might have some pretty wild weather up there.
Yeah, no kidding.
The next slide for us, Matt, is very interesting. Now, the protest zone. It's been released over a few media outlets lately that the town of Banff will have a designated protest zone for the G7.
What are they processing?
So the G7 has always met with a whole bunch of protesters, right? Because it's the 7 most powerful nations in the world. People take that opportunity to go out and get their messages heard. Now, there's been some hemming and hawing on where it's going to be and how it's going to be kind of thought out. Now, the town manager, Kelly Gibson, said through a CTV statement, like we have up on the screen right now, that it's a proposed location. Now, the proposed location would be,
It looks like the parking lot just down, where they do the farmers market there, right on Buffalo Street.
Yes.
So kind of just across the street from the bank there. That's actually where I DJ'd.
The post office, actually.
Yeah, just across from the post office. Yeah.
So the post office and the library, where they have kind of the Central Park parking lot, will be closed and gated off as a protest zone. Now, when the RCMP in their interview, they said that the decision has been made. I checked on the Town of Banff website, and they do have this slotted as the zone for protest. So I think the whole idea is to have cameras or a camera feed to the leaders at the summit so they can kind of see the protesters. I plan to be down there interviewing protesters with Matt.
Very cool. Let's go.
So we're going to go down and see what some of the protesters have to say. I think it's a very interesting point, something that we should bring to light in our town. Who's coming here to protest? Why are they coming here to protest? And where do they park?
Not in that parking lot, obviously.
So yeah, very interesting stuff. Our town is going to be, I don't want to say overran, but it's going to be a pretty wild time. There's going to be lots and lots of people coming through town.
Yep.
The RCMP-led group Integrated Safety and Security has chosen this just because to them, and I guess it would be the least amount of disruption as far as traffic goes.
That makes sense.
For sure. So I can't wait to see what kind of people are going to be coming to Banff to protest specifically.
Right. No doubt. What do we got next?
I think I got another slide potentially. Was there only 2 there?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Right on. So stay tuned for more info on the G7. We're going to kind of bring you more info as we lead up closer to the date. We're looking to get accredited so we can hopefully go in and meet some of the delegates and get some interviews and see, how this multicultural worldwide event is going to touch our town and the Bow Valley as a whole. So stay tuned for more.
Heck yeah.
Let's cut to a word from our sponsors, Matt. I think they've been hearing from us for a while. Let's crack ourselves a shaft.
Let's do it.
This episode is brought to you by the Non-Alc Shaft. If you're looking for a clean energy drink that's gluten-free, vegan, naturally caffeinated with real coffee, perfect for the quick pick-me-up middle of the afternoon, or heck, in the morning when you're on the way to the hill, be sure to check out the beautiful black non-alc can sold as singles or as 4-packs down at Townhouse Liquor. I know my fridge is stocked up.